Hello you guys. So I just want to give you guys a quick view on how to do structure. I focus on just structure, just plain structure, nothing else every single Sunday. I call it Sunday structure. So save this video and make sure you watch it every Sunday and do your trading in this order. Too many of you guys are market open, looking for schematics, liquidity, order blocks, and all these things and just running around the charts like a crazy person. No. Sundays are for structure only. I rarely trade on Sundays, and it's not that there's no opportunities, is that it's just my plan. You can't get on the charts, look at every single pair, look at every single point of interest, whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I do structure and how you guys can do structure too, and take notes on every single free YouTube video I give you guys. No matter what program, what mentorship, smart money, retail, or if you're going to school. If you went to school, you have to take notes. So I want everyone watching my channel to truly be successful. In order to do that, please apply what I'm teaching you and back test if you know to make sure it's valid and see where you go with it. Look at your notes and go from there. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to do structure. Step 1, the highest time frame I use is the 1 hour, 2 hour, maybe 4. It just depends on what it looks like. So I don't do any daily top-down analysis. The reason why is because I'm not trading anywhere near the daily or the 4 hour. The reason why I tell you that is because you're not really going to get a 10 pip or less stop loss. And when you're looking for schematics to build on these time frames, full and complete schematics, not just in fills and supply and demand, those random trades that some people trade. If you're looking for a full complete schematic on a daily and 4 hours, it's going to take a very long time to build. So I just use it for structure. It does build on these time frames, but it's not tradable for me. It's just not going to work out. So I'll, for this one, just honestly stay on the 1 hour. So first thing you want to write down is start on the 1 to the 2 hour and zoom all the way out. So this is me zoomed in a little bit, zoomed all the way out to my mouse can't zoom out. Once I zoom out, make sure my price action's all the way on the right side and the rest of the information here. Now, I want to start at the very lowest low or the highest high if this is like a up structure, right? But it's a down structure. And then I just want to identify the 2 highest and the 2 lowest. Okay, so you guys see how zoomed out I am, right? I'm not in here, 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 here. You need to be zoomed out all the way, and then I put a line, right? Don't do the tracing. I'll show you where you guys can do that, and that's where you're going to do it pretty much in schematics. But I want you guys to identify, and I'm going to use good wording to show you guys why in a second. So just trust me. Pause the video, write down, identify the 2 lowest lows and the 2 lowest highs, or vice versa, whatever type of trend you're in. Okay, so these are my 2 highs and these are my 2 lows. Okay, so number 2, what you need to understand before we zoom in order for the trend to change, you have to beat these 4 highs and lows with 2 more new highs and lows, okay? So in order for this down structure to be an up structure, we need to beat this high right here, okay? And when I say beat, I mean we need this low can still count, so we need this low, 1. We need 2 new higher lows and higher highs. So 1, and then we need something above here that beats this, 2, then a higher low, 3. So that is what would tell us that we are in a new structure or trend. Until then, we're in downtrend. So if I'm looking for POIs on the 1 hour, I'm going to be looking between this range, between here and here. So this last down structure, that's where I'm going to measure 50%. I'm going to trade anything 50% or above. So this is 50% or above. So when price was here, this is where you guys go wrong, pay attention. When price was here, I wasn't looking at this imbalance. When price was here, I wasn't looking at this imbalance. I was only looking for imbalances in this top 50%. So it can be 618, 80, whatever. It just has to be a 50% retracement because that's the general movement of the market in the best way. You guys, my mentorship program link is in bio, and if you're not part of it, that's fine. Go to smartmoneyacademy.ca and just make a free account to be on my email list to know when I host free Zooms. I host free Zooms. I respond to DMs. I respond to messages in my free group chat. You guys can book me for a one-on-one session without the mentorship. Go to the link in my bio on Instagram. You guys, there's so many ways to get value in whatever form is best for you, whether it's through affordability or where you're at in your journey, you have questions. So make sure you check it out, you guys. Okay, so all these imbalances that haven't been filled, I'll be looking at. I can look here. I can look here. Okay, so we know this is above 50%. And then price is going down. So this price, sorry, this reacted to... So to me, it reacted to this imbalance here. So this is current price right now, right? This is what I'm just recording to you guys. So my next step is to look for a redistro. And this is where I'm going to look at structure in the sense of a schematic. So this is giving downtrend. This is the point of interest that it didn't break to show us that you actually want to continue the low for a break of structure. A lot of times people are calling this a break of structure. It's not, it's order flow. This price went up, keyword up. This price went up. We understand this went up, 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 right? So until price goes down and breaks it, that's a break of structure. This is not a break of structure. It's just order flow. Because this is the high and there's no other low. Sorry, this is the low and there's no other low. So until price breaks this, these little candles, no. This is the structure only. This is not breaking structure. This is the same piece of structure. It's just order flow. It's continuing order flow. Not every little candle is breaking. It's not break of structure. Okay, so that's where a lot of people get confused. Okay, so looking at this, we want price to show us based off of this structure that brought us into our point of interest. Okay, so number 2 would be when structure reaches a point of interest at a 50% retracement, you want to identify the last low and wait for that to break. Okay, so once price breaks this, that would be the best time for us to see any type of redistribution build to bring price low and create a new low lower than this low. Okay, so I hope in this video you understood higher time frame structure. You understood retracements and points of interest where it rejected, right? We don't just enter off at any point of interest because then you would be setting a limit here, setting a limit here, setting a limit here. No. If it reaches an area and it doesn't make a distribution like this one didn't, that's fine. You can look for the redistro, but you want to see that preferably when it breaks structure. You could get one before it breaks structure, but it's not a high probable setup. Okay, so I hope you guys kind of understood the instructions here. Okay, so step 3, okay, is just really going on the lower time frame. And that's when you get your schematic build. And lower time frame is not the 1 minute, 2 minute. It just means if you're on the 30, maybe the 15 or the 20. Okay, not the 4 hour jumping to the 1 or the 5. Just going a little bit lower to see if you're missing anything. Okay, so obviously there's no schematic in here. Okay, but I'm just going to show you guys how I would move my mouse in a situation. Okay, so let's pretend this is current price action so I can play on the candles for you guys. So now I would go into the 5 minute. And this is where I would start looking for a schematic, and that's where structure comes into play. Too many people use like drawing these lines as like structure, but this is when you actually trace what I like to call the outline that will give you Wyckoff. So let's see, this kind of looks like a distro. So let's just play pretend since we're here. I'm just doing this video off the top for you guys. I didn't backtest anything. So we have trading range alignment here, which is what I need for a schematic. So my trading range alignments are always dashed line, just for how I mark up. Okay, so this would be your BC. I'm not going to label it because this is not a Wyckoff video. AR, UT, MSAL, because it's lower than the AR. This would be your true sign of weakness or your major sign of weakness. This would be your LPS, sorry, your test, and your LPS, or depending, you could also call this a migration block. We don't have too much consolidation here, but that's how I take the structure. And let me just clear the candles. Okay, that's the structure I use to identify schematics. Okay, so this lines, these are what you use to identify schematics. The reason why people can struggle is because they're kind of just looking at candlesticks. And when I say just looking at candlesticks, they're looking at some candlesticks and saying, okay, well, this is a little bit high, this is a little bit low, so let's call this BCA or MSAL. But it's one piece of structure. So Wyckoff is about structure, not about just some candle bodies and wicks being higher and lower. Okay, so I hope you guys got value. Comment below if you got value. If you made it to the end, type the word value. You guys, I want to know who's watching videos to the end and who's just taking it to the next level. Because honestly, if you're not putting the work to even watch videos all the way to the end, how can you expect your work ethic to pay you long term? So I hope you guys are getting value. I want to see some comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.